Hello, welcome to this webinar. Title of this webinar is Activities in SuiteCRM. I'm going to focus on meetings, but what you're going to see applies to tasks and calls. We'll look at those in lesser detail. The easiest way to create a meeting in SuiteCRM, and if you think about this from business context perspective, is you have meetings with people. And because you have meetings with people, the easiest thing to do in SuiteCRM is to go to the person that you're having the meeting with and create the meeting for them. So let's just say from top level, we go into accounts and we know it's this account, EEE Endowments, I'm going to have a meeting with, and in here I go and look at the contacts and it's Isaac Furry that I'm going to have a meeting with. So I just click on Isaac. As details pop up, and I go to Activities, expand the panel, and click on Schedule a Meeting. Very straightforward. We're going to do this a couple of times. I can just be very quick and say, quick meeting to discuss things, and I'm going to do this next Thursday, just clicking on the calendar item right in there. Now I can either go and change the time manually. You see it said 2:30, which is about the time just now, or I can, that's the start time, that's the end time. If I was to put it in for an hour and a half, it automatically calculates the end time, 2:30. And that's at 4 o'clock. If I say 3 hours, this is 5:30. Or I could do it the other way around and say 3:30 p.m. Now that would change depending on if in your system settings you had a 24-hour clock, then you would see that as 14:30. And over here it says status is planned, it's related to the account, EEE Endowments, but we know it's also related to Isaac Furry. Okay, and let's just say we're going to do the meeting in Birmingham. Okay, very simple. Now, what happens there is that goes on to, we have here all the planned activities in the activities panel, and it will also go into the calendar, to your own calendar. And if I go to next week, I can see quick meeting to discuss things, and if I mouse over it, it'll pop up with the meeting details, start date and time, duration, and related to in the subject. And I can go there to go to the meeting, or I could go there to go to the account. Okay, that's the account, contacts, Isaac Furry, and the meeting will be there. Okay, activities. Okay, so very, very straightforward. Now that's that was quite easy, but how do you know that you didn't already have a meeting in your calendar when you did that? Okay, so if you maybe want to find that out before you create the meeting, and let's go and we'll create schedule a meeting, and this time I'm just going to cancel that, because what I actually want to do is to do my profile, and I should be able to change this to 24-hour time format 2300, and the date format I want to be European 2312, just a bit more familiar to me. I do apologize for you guys who are sitting over in the USA and don't know how to write dates properly. But let's go back to Isaac Furry, and we'll go create a meeting. So the activities, I'll go schedule a meeting. Now this time, rather than just putting in the date time, I'm going to click on full form. The full form pops up much more detail, and so this is a big meeting to discuss contract. Okay, Isaac, It's there, and Birmingham again remembers that for me, and it's going to start at 1600 and it's going to go on for 3 hours. Okay, let's just start at 1500. Right. Now as I scroll down, I can put details in here, and I do advise you to put details. It helps you remember what meetings are about. So I scroll down here, I come to my scheduling bar, and it's looking at my diary ahead, and it's saying 1500 to 17 to 1800. I've got nothing in that calendar, so I can safely schedule that meeting. Okay, so if I just save that meeting, that will then, if I go into my calendar, once again, big meeting to discuss contract, mouse over it, and I can go straight to here. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's go back to Isaac and we'll arrange another meeting with him. Except this way we're going to just be slightly smart about it. Sometimes it's not, you get a call from your customer who says, can you come in and see me next Thursday? What you don't want to go out and do is find them on CRM. You just want to go and look on your calendar, see if you're available, book the meeting, and that's the end of it. Well, you can do that. So customer phones up, you can come and see me next Thursday, look at your calendar, next Thursday, it looks fine. Click on it. No, I'm fine. Let's go do 12 o'clock. Discuss proposal. Okay, that's it. And it's going to be in New York. At 12:30, we'll put it in for an hour and a half. And I know my calendar's clear. So that's it. Done. It's now in my calendar. But when I mouse over this is one of the most meaningless meetings that you can create, because when you come back to this next week, it tells you you've got a meeting in your calendar. Fine, but who's it with? Because all you've done is created a meeting entry. You haven't built any relationship between this meeting and the person you're going to meet. So let's go and build that relationship. So in here, we just edit by clicking on the pencil. I should maybe do that again. Let's go to the calendar and discuss proposal. So I can do that to go and view it. I can do that, click on the eye, that's just go view, click on the pencil to edit it, or click on the cross to close the tooltip. So we'll just go and edit it. And what it's saying here is if we look down here, the related to box. It's a flex relate, which means you can relate it to a contact, account, a task, opportunity, da-di-da-di-da. And in this case, we want to relate it to a contact. So we just select the contact, and we'll just say Isaac, and it's gone and found Isaac here, and we'll just go and save that. And now, when I go and look in my calendar and I mouse over that, I can see, okay, not just the meeting, I can also see who it's with. Let's go and look at some other ways of using the calendar and activities functionality. We want to, if you're anything like me, and I have an awful memory, I could look at my diary for tomorrow morning, and when I get up tomorrow morning, I'll have forgotten what it is that I need to be doing to prepare for the meetings I've got coming up. So I set myself up lots of reminders. So if I go and create a meeting, well, let's just go and edit this meeting here. And what I'm going to do, because it's me, is I'm going to add a reminder. So by default, it pops up 30 minutes before, and you get an email an hour before. let's just say first invite, the first reminder, I don't want an email. I have another reminder, I want an email an hour, and I want another reminder, or I want an email 3 hours, and now finally I want another reminder. And believe me, I do this. Another reminder the day before. This is an important meeting. I don't want to miss it. I'll just save it. Okay. And you see I have those reminders, and they'll just send out emails or give you pop-up notifications. Very handy if you're disorganized. Okay, the other thing that you might want to do with activities is to invite some of your colleagues to a meeting. So let's just go one last time into the calendar, and we'll do, poor Isaac is getting bombarded with meetings, but let's just keep using them. And this is one's in London, and it's for 2 hours. Discuss annual contract. Now what I want to do is to invite one of my colleagues. So I think Sarah. Now you'll see what the suite will do is go look for everybody called Sarah. Now it tells you in the icon. In this case, Sarah is a user. I'll see if I can find some other. So add Sarah, and it will go and look in Sarah's diary. All right, and Sarah has nothing in that. And then what you should do is to add all the invitees to the meeting. Add all the invitees, they'll all get reminders, and then simply save. And you can save and send invites, and then Sarah will get an invite to the meeting and you'll get an invite to the meeting. I'm just going to save it for the time being. Okay, you can look at your activities on your own calendar. You can look at your calendars, a day view, a week view, show you what's happening this week, or a month view, and it will show you what's happening this month. And where there's many activities, it will show you there's 2 more, and you can click on that and it will show you those. On the week view, you can move these guys around. So if you've got to reschedule meetings, you can just pick them up and drag and drop them. If you've got to change the duration of meetings, you can just drag and drop them again. Da-de-da, okay? You also have the ability to do shared months or shared weeks. Now, to do that, you would just do your user list and say, well, I want to see mine, Sarah's, and Sally's. And now you can see that's Will's calendar, Sally's calendar, and Sarah's calendar. And you've also got some granular controls in here to say shows shared calendar separate, so if you want to see all of those in one calendar, there, and you can just see an aggregated calendar, and it tells you who. So that's for Will, that's for Sarah, it says it in the meeting, that's for Sarah, again it says in the meeting. Okay, now the same kind of concepts that apply to scheduling calls also apply to, or scheduling meetings apply to scheduling calls. So you can go in here and schedule a call. Okay, and I will just show you this very quickly in the activities subpanel. Call Isaac. Now I'm going to do contact. Isaac's going to get fed up hearing from us. Call Isaac. It's just going to be a 15-minute call, and we'll save that. Alright. So if I go back to my Isaac here as the contact and scroll down to the activities, I'll have many meetings with him, but I'll also have a call. So meeting, that's a task. Meeting, these are all the ones, and you can see here quite clearly icon says call Isaac. Okay, you can also create tasks, exactly the same concept. Have a little play with it. And if you've got any questions, just go to the user forums and put them in, and some very helpful person should be able to answer them for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.